guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. For today's video we're doing another Fitness Friday, and for today I figured I would take you guys through almost like a little fitness Q&A while I go through my own kind of like fitness diary of the day, you know, my workout, my meals, all that fun stuff. I actually have your guys' questions pulled up on my phone, but with each like little stop I guess along the way of our vlog today, we'll answer a couple of your guys' fitness questions or fitness favorites, because I posted to Insta story, if you guys didn't see it, asking you guys to basically inquire about any fitness related thing that you wanted. And I collected a bunch of the questions that went with kind of like the sequence of events that we're gonna be doing today, and I'm gonna just jump right in and answer them. So Katie_Marks wants to know, how do you find time to work out? Morning workouts are my kind of jam. Getting my workout done in the morning and just having it just complete. One, makes you feel established before your day has even started, but two, all day you're not sitting being like, oh God, after all of this, I need to go work out and exert more energy. It's almost like you kind of use it as like, I would say like a mental cleansing palette of the morning, just going and doing my workout, exerting that energy, but then afterwards you eat a meal, you know, you grab a snack, and then you have energy to go for the day. So I think when it comes to finding time to work out, you just have to figure out when it's going to fit into your schedule best. Now, even if morning time would be better for you, maybe not every single morning. So maybe only work out like 3 times a week or twice a week in the morning time, or maybe you only have time on the weekends, so work out on the weekend. But just basically finding a pocket of time. You don't need a lot of time, just like 20 to 30 minutes that fits best for you is how you find time to do it. Come and See Me by Drake and Party Next Door, when he's like, we make time for the things that we want. Like, I felt that. And then Paige_Yancey17 wants to know how to get motivated. For me anyways, it comes a lot from one, just feeling the ability of my body. I think that when I'm doing yoga and when I'm running and I can feel my performance enhance or get better, that is one of the things that keeps me super motivated. But I also find that once you're kind of in the routine of it, it's easy to stay motivated. But I feel like the restraint kind of comes from is like that slow, just awkward trying to get into working out. And I find that even when I fall off my fitness routine, if I fall off for more than a couple days, getting back onto routine is so much harder because your motivation isn't there. One, I would definitely say that motivation doesn't just stem from like inspiration. I think it all stems from action. So if you're not feeling motivated, just do 3 workouts, like 3 back-to-back promised workouts in a row that you said you were gonna do. Doesn't have to be like day by day, but like even every other day, and just promise yourself that you're gonna do 3. After the 3rd one, I feel like it's always just like easy. Like then it starts to feel like a bit more of a routine and your energy kind of comes back in and you feel motivated. I feel like what we surround ourselves with is what motivates us. Even just, you know, your room, if your room is like nicely organized, if you have your workout clothes sectioned off somewhere in your closet, I feel like that sense of just like taking care of your things is almost like a sense of showing up for yourself and respecting yourself, and then that creates more motivation to take it further. So you don't just, you know, clean up your room and make your bed in the morning. Suddenly you're cleaning up your room, making your bed in the morning, and then going for a workout or a run. So a lot of different things like that can help to keep you motivated, but I would definitely say that what you surround yourself with, and also that action breeds motivation. Motivation doesn't always have to breed action. So just do it and then it'll come around. It is now time to just flow through a sequence of morning events. I need to pretty much prep myself for the gym, but I have a little bit of a routine of sorts, which if you guys didn't see, I posted Wednesday. So I'll link my morning routine down below and I'll speed it up for you guys so that we don't go over the same thing twice.
Stay alert, baby, it's a crime. Lesson learned. When you're on my mind, it's a curse not having you around. I wasn't ready to say goodbye. Fading lights, I don't know how I feel, and in my sight, nothing is for real, but it's a fact. Without you, I'm half empty. Can't get over you. How hard
So I decided to eat my breakfast before my workout today. I just made myself my normal chocolate banana protein smoothie. I'm gonna give you guys a quick little outfit of the day for my workout. So one of the next questions I have is from Christine Lupoli, asking what are my favorite yoga outfits. So in terms of yoga, I would say Aloe Yoga is probably my favorite for yoga clothes, and Lululemon. I actually really like Lululemon too, but I would say Lululemon is more so like my workout clothes. Like running wise, all of my favorite running leggings are from Lululemon because they have the pockets for my phone when I'm running outside. For today's outfit, I'm wearing like a mixture of a yoga outfit and a workout outfit because I'm gonna be, like I said, working out. So these leggings are from Aloe. I'll bring you guys into the daylight so you can see it better. So this is what they look like. They're super comfy and like really, really soft, and they're in like the baby pink color, although Aloe Yoga has this color right now called Lavender Cloud, which I've decided is my favorite color. So I'm hoping to get a pair of those as well. And then my top is just this tighter Nike top. And then I also got the question from BBAIFIPO. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that because I feel like I'll definitely pronounce it wrong, but wants to know, what are your favorite shoes to run in? So I'll show you guys my running shoes. These are my Adidas Ultra Boosts. I decided to upgrade my running shoes last year because my knees were getting really bad in my old ones, and ever since I've gotten these shoes, I haven't had nearly as many problems with my knees. Now, sometimes if I'm just training too hard or too long, I definitely still feel like the pain in my knee, but it always goes away by the next day. And I haven't had any long-term pain in my knees since I switched over to these shoes. So they're kind of expensive, but considering how much I run and how much I've already ran in them, I feel like I've gotten good use out of the money that I spent on them. Definitely worth the cost for me. So these are my running shoes, but then in terms of doing strength training, I wear any kind of running shoes because I feel like trainers are a lot easier that like on your feet. But running, I would definitely say to invest in a good pair of running shoes, because just think about the impact that you're putting on your ankles, on your feet, on your legs, on your knees. So you definitely want to make sure you're getting a running shoe that's built for your foot. But any kind of like running or shoe facility, just go in, get them to measure your foot, get them to recommend like a good shoe for running and say like how long you're going to be running, what type of distances you're going to be running, because it's super important. So with that, I'm going to finish off my smoothie and move into my yoga of the day. So the next question I have is from Aubrey Ann, and she wants to know my favorite yoga poses and movements. So in terms of movement, I feel like honestly, the movement is so based on the music I'm into lately, and whatever I'm into, I'll usually just put on my speaker and then just kind of like move my body almost like you're slow dancing. Like that is how I would say I stretch, is I find my sequencer movements through just moving super slow to like the song. If I know I'm going like downward dog to, I don't know, seating pose, I'll just like move very slowly to that pose, kind of to the music. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. I feel like that'd be a hard thing to show. But in terms of my favorite yoga poses, let's see. For starters, I feel like I have to say this one because it's like always in my Instagram thumbnail, or this one. In terms of hanging out at home when I'm doing like dishes and stuff, or even when I'm talking to people, I'll catch myself standing like this, like casually. Like I'll just be like hanging out with friends, standing by a bar, and I'll just stand like this and it'll be completely normal. So tree pose has always been a fave of mine. I guess inversions, any kind of upside down work, like headstands or arm stands. And yeah. And then for floor poses, I really want to get my splits. I have a feeling that once I do, splits are going to be a fave of mine. I'll show you guys where I'm at right now. I'm pretty sure it's this leg is the best. So I'm almost there. And I feel like once I get my splits, that'll be a fave of mine. But until then, I would say pigeon pose, because I actually have really, really tight hips. So every time I go into pigeon pose, I feel like it's usually not painful, but it's like, it's a discomfort, but it's a discomfort I tend to enjoy. Pigeon pose is with your knee in front and like your back leg extended, but your front leg is bent, and then you bend down like over it. And then variations of it are like lifting up your legs. And then you can also do kind of like the standing one we did before. That would probably be my favorite floor pose. And then next question is how to help with soreness by Casey. So I would say In terms of like feeling sore after a workout, stretching is definitely important, which is why I decided to answer this question here, because I feel like this mat is one of the first and probably biggest areas that I feel like I roll out my soreness. Also, like I just said, rolling it out. So getting those foam rollers and rolling out your muscles is really important. I also have these little like yoga tension balls that are really good for rolling out like specific like targeted areas of soreness. And then also to sleep, I feel like if I don't sleep well enough and I don't give my body a good enough rest, my body is more sore from my workouts. And just like the proper refuel, you'll need to feed your body good foods that are good for inflammation, that are good for, recouping and like recharging your vitamins and your minerals and all of that. Because when you sweat and when you work out and when you are tearing a muscle and you're building it back together, like that takes a lot out of your body. So you just want to make sure that you're refueling, sleeping, and stretching. Those would be my top 3. And if you do have a bathtub, I have a shower. If you do have a bathtub, I would highly recommend getting like Epsom salts and just like soaking in either cold water if you can, or just taking a lot of baths and giving your muscles like the chance to kind of ease and relax, I'm about to sit down and do my meditation now. I've just been setting a timer on my phone and then sitting down and just focusing on doing about 10 minutes of meditation a day. That's where I'm starting right now, because I fell out of meditation and kind of created this huge like resistance to it, only because I kept on making myself think that it had to be just like this crazy thing. But quickly I'll answer some of your guys's meditative related questions. The first one we have is favorite meditation and yoga books, which I will need to grab. So yoga wise, there's this book. I listened to the audiobook version of it, but it is called The Art of Yoga. I'll pop it up on the screen here, but that one is definitely my favorite yoga book, and I highly recommend listening to the audiobook version of it. It's easier, I feel like, to retain the information because it is so like deep and philosophical. So definitely that book in terms of yoga. And then for meditation, I just finished reading this at the end of 2018. It's called Wherever You Go, There You Are by Jon Kabat-Zinn. I've been talking about it a lot in like my podcasts and just a lot of other things, but it's only because I feel like it just holds so much wisdom. Like you'll see all of the bunny-eared pages of just like things I wanted to remember or come back to. And so this had a lot of really cool like meditative practices, but it also gave a really good perspective on meditation and mindfulness. So those would be my 2 books in terms of yoga and meditation. And then Song of the Leaves wants to know, how has fitness affected your mental health or vice versa? When I work out and I'm taking care of my body, it helps substantially in the sense of just stress release and also feeling competent. I feel like when you show up and you arrive in your body, it one helps you connect to the present moment, because when you're breathing and you're doing something that's causing you to like exert yourself or cause you to have to focus if it's yoga, or push yourself if it's strength training, or just tune to your breath if you're running, and with yoga as well, I feel like it just helps you kind of reconnect and anchor yourself to the present moment, which has been huge for things like my anxiety. It's been huge for things, even just like my overall stress levels as well. So I would say that mentally working out helps a lot. I do think though that it can come out of balance when you almost use it as like a band-aid or as a focal point to almost run away from your problems, because I know that that can be also an easy mindset to slip into, just like pushing through all your problems by working out all the time or like eating really healthy, and almost falling into almost like an obsession with wanting to eat healthy and work out. And I think that that is one of those things that you just have to stay in balance, and that's where meditation comes into play for me, because I really enjoy eating healthy and I really enjoy working out. But the way that I can tell whether or not I'm in balance with not only that, but all the other aspects of my life is when I meditate. Because when I meditate, I really get like a chance to just give myself some space to be honest and kind of think of some things with myself. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that's where all the signals come through, when it's like, ooh, my legs are a little more sore and I haven't noticed, or ooh, like I feel like I could use some sleep. You just kind of like do a body scan and you can hear what your body actually needs. And so that is where I would say the mental aspect of working out comes into play for me, and how I've kind of found my balance. So speaking of which, I'm gonna set a little 10-minute timer, put on some ocean sounds, and we're gonna meditate. Okay, So next up, Dang Maurice wants to know my favorite song to run to, and a lot of you guys in general were asking just for my favorite kinds of music to work out to. So between that and I believe it was Henna Calicu, hello Bentley, I hope I'm saying your Instagram name right, wanted to know my favorite ab and booty workouts. So I'm gonna answer that both together within the next clip by just showing you guys. Later in the night, but Julie Kell wants to know my post-workout routine, like hair, etc. So it really all depends. I feel like days that I do my full like crazy run and I sweat a lot, I definitely shower and I wash my hair. So usually I'll wash my hair about 3 times a week, and then days like today where it's only like a half run and then I do a strength training, I don't sweat as much, and it kind of sounds gross, but it's better for your hair not to wash it so much. So I'll usually put like a deep conditioner in my hair, braid it, or put it into buns, or put it into ponytails, and just try and rock like dry shampoo or like a second day hair look if I can. And then in terms of like my other post-workout routines, I'll always shower and wash my body. I just don't always wash my hair. And then depending on what my work day is whether or not I'll put on makeup. But definitely the hair thing I find is hard because I have such thick hair and it takes forever to dry and to style. I find that just only really washing it on the days that I go like ham on my runs, or the days that I actually have to because I'm so sweaty and gross sweaty, makes it easier. And then the next question is from Jess_Gracia. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your guys' name wrong, but she wants to know fave easy vegan meals or snacks. So I feel like in terms of my favorite vegan meals, definitely stir fries. I make a lot of stir fries, a lot of different kinds of stir fries. I've been playing around with different flavors. I made stew a lot this week. That was also really good. Any kind of bowl food. I find when I'm cooking food at home, I tend to eat more like fork food style or like utensil food, like you'd need a spoon or a fork. And then when I get takeout and stuff, I tend to eat more hand food like burritos or the wrap that I just ordered myself from Copper Branch. And then in terms of snacks, I feel like my favorite snacks are probably like crackers and hummus, or dates and almonds and fruit. My favorite like not as healthy snacks are french fries, any kind of potato, any kind of way, and probably chips and guac, which now that I'm thoroughly hungry, I just ordered myself dinner, and I believe Larissa did the same, and we're gonna watch the newest Riverdales. And then we'll wrap up this video with the last 2 questions. So good. You're back. Say hi. Say hi. Look right here. Look over here. Over here. Okay, don't look. That's fine. You're cute anyway. Okay, so to basically wind down this Fitness Friday, I am going to give you guys the last 2 questions. The first one is by Holly Lynn Vervilia. She wants to know my favorite fitness accounts and inspo. I guess like Pinterest and stuff when I'm looking for specific workouts, but in terms of inspo, one of the first people that I really want to tell you guys about is called Rosanna Purcell. So I actually met Rosanna in London. I'll list these people down below, but this is her. Go creep her. Her Instagram is amazing in the sense that she shares a lot of workouts and really healthy recipes, but she's also just super real about like, you know, stretch marks and like body types and bloating and all that stuff. And I find that that's super just healthy to like keep on your feed. So definitely go follow her. Another fave of mine is Natasha. So I will show you. This is Natasha Ocean, and her, like, she's a beast. Like, Her workouts are absolutely iconic. I actually found her through YouTube and then started following her Instagram, but I really, really like her, and I just like her personality too. I feel like she seems super chill. In terms of yoga, I follow a lot more yoga inspo. Chelsea S Yoga is really cool. This is hers. My Wi-Fi is so slow, so like all of these accounts aren't really loading. Adele Bridges as well. She posts some really cool yoga stuff. Also just Aloe Yoga I love to follow. Aloe Yoga has always like really cool yoga inspo. I would say I mainly follow more yoga accounts in terms of like my Instagram and stuff for inspiration than I do fitness accounts. And then the last question I'm going to answer is by Shay Love, wanting to know, do you count calories? And no, I don't, because I feel like calories are they're so black and white, and I feel like there's such a gray area. There's a bubble in my throat. 100 calories of French fries is not going to be the exact same thing as 100 calories of vegetables. I also think that you can fall really out of balance and out of tune when you're like obsessing over things like calories. It takes away from the whole listening to your body thing that we were kind of talking about. So blah, like it sucks all the fun out of eating. Having a good plan, which for me Monday to Friday is always like I just eat super healthy, and then Friday to Sunday I just don't really like care. Like if someone wants to get pizza, I go get pizza, a glass of wine or two, or split a bottle and have just rambles with my friends, and I'll do that. And then Monday to Friday I just keep it relatively healthy and, you know, whole foods. Counting calories is so restrictive. It's such an easy way to take all the fun and the enjoyment out of eating, and also all of the fun and the enjoyment out of learning more about your body. Also, I feel like it takes a lot of just like the overall moral of health and wellness out of it too, because it makes it so that you're not listening to your body. You're kind of just going based on numbers, and I don't know, personally that just doesn't work for me. I'm a feelsy person, to try and tune into my body and notice when I'm feeling bloated, notice when I'm feeling hungry, notice when I'm just bored, notice when I'm full, notice when I'm thirsty. It all kind of feeds into each other, and I feel like the only way to find balance and health and happiness, at least for me anyways, is to listen to my body rather than, you know, track numbers. So that is why I don't count calories. That's also why I haven't weighed myself in a really, really long time. I have no idea what I weigh anymore. And yeah, I'm a happier and healthier person for it. There you have it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Fitness Friday and hearing about some of my fitness favorites, and as well as answering some of your guys' fitness questions. And aside from that, I will see all of you guys in my next video. Adios.